Partners with the Loss Prevention Group. Today we're going to talk about de-escalation of force and how not to get into a physical confrontation. Most of the time our goal as a security officer is to get our problem to leave, and by de-escalating the situation we have a better chance to do that. We want to remember when we're trying to de-escalate, maybe sometimes we need to take that step back. We have to remember there are people out there trying to escalate us to give into our reaction, and we don't want to give into that. Self-control is really important for that, trying to control yourself, because I can't control who I'm talking to or dealing with. So sometimes it's important to take a deep breath, control yourself when you start getting into a situation, and your goal should be to de-escalate it. We want the problem to go away or hopefully comply, and the best way to do that is to de-escalate your situation. Once you get into a physical confrontation, there's a chance you may get sued, there's a chance you may get arrested, there's a chance you may lose your guard card. So it is in your best interest to de-escalate the situation and control yourself in the situation. Good verbal communication is important when you're trying to de-escalate a situation. You don't want to swear at people. You want to use words they understand, but we're not trying to escalate it by using any kind of sort of swear words or derogatory comments. Racial slurs would obviously be a bad idea. Religious slurs, anything along that line. So having good, clear verbal communication is important. Having a good, clear tone of voice. We don't want to be too quiet. We don't necessarily want to be too loud, but we also want to be very authoritative by giving good, clear verbal commands. What do you want this person to do? Do you want them to step back? Do you need them to leave? Do you want them to maybe lay on the ground if you're trying to instruct them and do some sort of control technique? So your tone of voice and verbal communication is very important to be very clear, very concise, and not threatening and not escalating in any manner. So you want to be in a good physical stance when you get into any sort of a confrontation or situation with somebody, because you never know what's going to happen. By having a good physical stance, you want to stand with your feet about shoulder width apart and take your dominant leg and step back slightly. Always have your hands above the waistline. I don't necessarily need to have it on my hips or on a firearm or on any tools. I just want it above the waistline so I have good balance. I'm in a good position. Even if I'm just giving somebody directions, I like to be in this stance so I'm balanced and ready for whatever happens. As a security officer, your goal is to get to work, do your time, and go home with the same holes you came to work with. By de-escalating every situation you come in contact with, you have a better chance of doing that and you look more professional. De-escalation of force is a big part of being a security officer, especially in California.